Hey guys, I'm just going to take a few minutes and show you a few features of Viva Video since that's a question I get asked pretty often. So I went ahead and clicked on the app for my device and it's going to go ahead and bring in any videos that you currently have stored on your device. So you can click on your videos, and I just have one right now because I've cleaned it off. So I'm going to choose the video that I want. Once you've chosen it, it's going to bring up the reel at the bottom. You can go ahead and trim it here if you want to. I typically don't. I do that later in the process. So once you're ready, you just simply say confirm. I can hit it there. All right, and then you're going to hit done down here on your bottom menu. All right, so this has now brought your video into, let me go ahead and turn my sound down there. It's went ahead and brought your video in over to your app. So you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and hit edit down here. And once you've hit edit, you've got several items that you can choose from to edit your video. So this is where I want to show you some of the features. So the first thing I want to show you is clip edit. There's a few things underneath this particular menu. So under clip edit, you've got three little lines. I'm going to start over to the right and work back to my left. If you click on more, this is a question I get pretty frequently, and that's how do you speed or slow down your clip. So you can click on clip speed here, and then if you want to speed it up, you can bring your bar over, slide it all the way over to your left, and that's going to give you the fastest motion. Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. Or you can slide it over, let me get back in there, to your right, and that's going to slow down your clip. Or you can do anything in between, just depending on how fast or slow you want it. Once you're finished, you're going to say OK, and that takes care of your clip speed. Also, underneath this particular menu, I want to go ahead and show you the word mute. And it looks like it's in a light gray. It doesn't look like you can really click on it. But if you're going to do a voiceover on your video and you've got background noise like children, like I do, always mute that video, and then you can just add music if you want to. You can do your voiceover. You can put your words popping up on there. So that's how you're going to mute it. Oops, sorry about that. All right, and then split is another one that I use pretty often. So let's just say somewhere in your video you just want to split it because you would like to add a transition just for a nice effect. So let's just say I wanted to split it right here where my little scissors are showing. So I would just say OK. Once I split it off, you can see it has now given me a second clip. So now I can edit those clips separately. I can do different music on each of them. I can do a transition in between if I want to. I can do whatever I want with those two clips separately. Another thing is trimming. This is typically where I trim my video. So say I'm filming myself and it takes me a few seconds to get ready and I'm just kind of staring at the phone and I want to trim off that beginning part. You can just slide your bar over wherever you want your video to start, and if you want it to start right there, for instance, you would say OK, and then it's going to trim it off for you. Okay? When you're finished with this menu, you're just going to go ahead and hit your checkbox, and it'll take you back to the other menu. I'm going to go in here and hit edit again, so it brings up everything I need. Alright, so text is one that you'll use pretty often, and you can add text anywhere in your video that you want. So typically I just go ahead and play my video, and of course right now I have it in very slow motion. You can speed it up by pulling your bar over, and whenever you're ready to add a text, you simply just click on your add text, click on your little white box here, and you're going to type whatever you want to. I'm going to type in the word test, and you can actually, this little half circle arrow, you can pull it if you want to make your word larger. You can move it around on your screen anywhere you want. When you're finished, you're going to go ahead and click your checkbox and play your video, and wherever the orange bar is showing, that's where your text is going to be. Okay? So when you're finished and you're ready for your text to disappear, you're just going to hit your checkbox. Now let's say you don't want it to go in that entire area, you want to shorten it down. Just rewind your video a little bit, hit the word, your text up there, and then you can take and drag either side of your bar here, and you can shorten that length of your duration down. When you're done, you're going to hit your checkbox. You can do that throughout your entire video. You can add text on top of the text. So if I wanted to add another message down here, I can just say whatever I want, and I can have it popping up over here. And it can pop up on top of the other one after whatever you want it to do there. Okay? All right, so next on our list is, it says FX. Now the FX is actually going to be your filters. I'm sorry, your effects. So if you want to add some effects, you just click on add and you've got all kinds of effects that you can choose from. So let's just say I wanted some butterflies to pop up in there. You've got under your menu LOL, you've got some different effects there, but you can choose anything you want. This arrow down here is going to let you either download some extras or it shows you more that you've got in your menu. Okay? I'm going to close that out and I don't want an effect right now, so I'm going to cancel that operation. You can add stickers here just by clicking on sticker. Any place you want to add a sticker, you simply say add. You can add your sticker in there. Oh, we might be having some technical difficulties, imagine that. You can put them wherever you want, change them around. And when you're done, you're just going to hit the checkbox up there, okay? I'll go ahead and close that one out. Next, we have multi-music. So I love to add music to my videos, and I typically add music just within the app rather than adding my own personal music. So you just click on the word add, excuse me, and you'll pick the music you like. And let me turn it up here, and it'll give you a little preview of the music once you click on it. So just say we're going to add this one here. Let me go ahead and turn it down a little bit. When you're ready to add it, you're going to click on the word add. It's going to add music wherever the orange bar is. So if I want it for my entire length of my video, I'm going to hit my check there. Okay, so remember I didn't have it up here in the beginning, so all you got to do is get your white bar on top of your orange one, hit the word edit, and it allows you to drag the other end of your bar. So you can drag it through the entire length of the video. Okay, once you are finished, you will click your checkbox, but before you do that, one thing I want to point out here is on your left-hand side is your volume control. So if you're going to do a voiceover on your video and maybe you don't want your music very loud to drown out your voice, you want to make sure and turn your sound down pretty low. So you just barely hear that music in the background, that way they can hear what you're saying. Go ahead and check that here. Next we have sound. So with sound, this is where you can do a voiceover. So if it says press and hold, so I'm actually going to press and hold. It's going to record everything I'm saying right now. So if you wanted to do a demonstration with the background muted, then you can come in and record all the steps that you're doing or whatever type of video you're making. When you're finished, you just let go. So if I rewind and hit the checkbox and hit play, you guys can hear me talking. With the background muted, you can hear the music in the background there as well. Okay, so let me turn that back down. All right. Excuse me again. The next button is filter. So if you click on filter, there are tons and tons of different filters. Now notice it brings up multiple clips. So if you have multiple clips within your video, you do have to add the filter to each individual clip. So if I wanted the fallen leaves on this particular clip number 1, I would do that and hit my checkbox, and then I would also need to come in and add it to my clip number 2. And actually I don't think you have to hit check in between. I think you can do them at the same time and then hit check whenever you're done. Maybe I want a completely different look for my clip number 2, so maybe I want hearts or vanilla, so I can do that and do my checkbox when I'm finished. Let's see here, next we have transition. So this is where, if you do have multiple clips, you want a nice looking transition in between your clips. So if you'll notice, you've got a rectangle here in between your 2 clips. You can come through and decide which transition you like. I use lots of different ones. Say you wanted to do burning. Oops, got to click on your rectangle first. And we wanted to do burning. You can see how it's going to give you a transition there. You can go through and see the different ones as long as your rectangle is highlighted. Okay? Now let's say we've got everything finished with our video and we want to add a photo, or we need to add an additional video clip. You've got the option down here to add clips. If you click on that, it's going to bring up once again videos, photos, anything from Instagram and Facebook. So I'm going to click on photo and I'm going to grab a photo from my library. So let's just grab the new foundation brush here. And I'm going to hit done, and you'll see once I play my video, once it gets to the very end, it's in slow motion, so I'm going to fast forward it, it's going to go ahead and bring the picture, sorry about that, the picture of my foundation brush in. Kind of rewind fast forward it to the end there. I shouldn't have done it in slow motion. It's going to take forever. Once your picture comes up and you decide how long you want that picture to display, and obviously it didn't pop up very long, you're going to go back to that first option, which was clip edit, because that's where you go to edit any clips that you have. And you're simply going to click on the photo that you want to choose. You can then click on duration, and if you wanted it to display on your screen longer, you can just drag your bar over. So for this particular one, I'll let it display for 10 seconds. Once you're finished, you're going to say okay, and you'll hit your checkbox. Okay? So I'm pretty much done going through. There's actually a lot of other things you can do with your video, but those are just some of the easy features and probably the main features you're going to be using with your videos. A couple other tips is I would highly recommend that you do hold your phone. When you are doing a video, I would do it horizontal rather than vertical. It's just going to look better when it's on Facebook as well as YouTube. Another thing I recommend is putting your phone in airplane mode. That way you don't get interrupted and your video get interrupted by any phone calls or text messages coming through. So I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and I'll be more than happy to help answer them if I can. Have a great day.